Welcome to the Garden City Parks and Recreation meeting of March, what is today? The 26th of 2024. Call to order and pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'll take roll. Sue McFadden, present. Dennis Kaplinski.
Present.
Sharon Percola.
Here.
Did I say it right?
Perkle.
John Jones.
Here.
Robert Smith.
Here.
Jennifer McConnell is absent. Dennis Allison.
Here.
Kate Smith.
Here.
Okay. Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so the approval of the minutes. Does anyone have any changes to the minutes? Hearing.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes if nobody wants to make any modifications.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are at presentations, which we do not have any this evening. So it comes to public hearing, which we also don't. So public comment to any agenda items? Seeing none. We'll move on to items for consideration, old business, Wayne County Park Millage funding allocation.
So this is coming back from last session where we wanted to, I believe, Commissioner Smith wanted everybody to bring something, everybody from the board to bring something to the table to put towards the Wayne County millage, which is $75,000. They also did send an email today looking for a project, so we really are trying to nail something down for tonight.
Did we ever go back and find out if the city was going to match anything with it? We asked that question before, and we,
They would be willing to put money towards it.
okay, so then it's not a 75,000. We just don't know what that number is currently, correct?
They're giving us $75,000. The millage is $75,000 that
You mean
Wayne
the
County-
grant?
No, because it's a millage, it's not a grant. They are giving us $75,000 to put towards a project,
Right,
whatever we want.
right.
If the project, for example, is a little bit over 75, the city said that they would be willing to put forth some money, yes.
We asked for a specific number. We never got a specific number. We asked if they would match, or what would they be willing to give.
Yeah, I did
Nobody-
not receive a specific number.
Did anybody ever ask you, Mark?
I'm filling in for Zach, who's out of town right now. You can ask, we don't have an exact number. If you have a project that you want for this millage fund, that they want tonight, I got a call from the commissioner, put it out there and then we'll see. You know, we don't have a set number. We're not gonna say, we'll give you 5,000, or we'll give you 10,000, or we'll match the 75 that they're giving you and give you another 75. We're not gonna do that. It'll go back to council with whatever project you guys have, and if it's over, council will have to approve if they wanna put money into it, or how much money they wanna put into it.
Okay.
So, we don't have a set number. It's kind of you guys come up with whatever project you guys are talking about for 75,000, and then if it's 85,000, then we'd have to go to council and ask them if they're willing to put in $10,000 more.
Thank you.
Okay. So at first, for the 75,000, I was going through our master plan and seeing what projects, you know, were listed for 2024 that maybe we could accomplish. But then we started talking about going after a parks bond. So I thought most of the stuff on our master plan would get done then, if the millage passes. So my idea for the 75,000 is to, this is the pictures that Mike gave you guys, add to City Park. There's only 2 regular swings, 2 baby swings, and then 2 swings, you know, for handicap children. So I thought the 75 maybe could purchase a few items, more to add to City Park already. So this is like an obstacle course that you guys got. And I thought older kids might enjoy this. You know, it's something maybe for them to do. Or on the back, it's, like, what do you call this, you know? Like a, kind of a...
Monkey bars.
Well, it's like a swing, sort of.
Oh, that
So,
one,
you know,
sorry,
like,
wrong one.
Yes. Okay, and
Like a
then
zip
also,
line.
the other page was maybe some like instruments, or one was like a pulse table tennis, so that's like an interactive game. Kids could play maybe more swings, or I thought this roller table was kind of cool. So I just printed a few pieces I thought maybe could come under the 75,000.
I like that too.
That, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, or if you have any other ideas.
So we think that the Miracle Monkey Bar set swing stuff on this page, do we think the cost is 32,000?
Took it right from their website. That's what they have it
Is
listed
that a
as.
current cost as of today?
Yes.
Okay.
It was their current catalog. For the landscape structures, there was no
Okay.
cost. It just said 0 to 5. All this stuff was listed 0 to 5,000.
Actually, to be honest, I think, I like where you're going with this. I like the idea of going into it and expanding, because that was something we had discussed when we were first looking at the different play structures, was more than what we're getting, right?
Right.
And so,
Pre-COVID.
correct,
The design was much bigger.
much, yes.
To be
much-
honest, so,
Yeah, it
you know.
was. And it would be nice to see something
You got 70.
for either, like,
Why not?
I don't want to say handicapped children, but children that aren't as developmentally functional as other children.
Right. There was like a few things on this they could do, but I think we could definitely add a few more pieces.
Let me,
Are you talking about the handicap swing set?
I'm talking about
Possibly, yeah, more
any
of
of
those
it.
swings, but also the table
There's-
tennis. You know,
let me play
it shows
devil's
a,
advocate for a minute.
Okay, play.
What if we went with those 4 pages currently?
Okay, the
If we go with
non-colored,
Yes.
okay.
yeah, do you want to see, do you want to see the color? There, right
But
there.
that's okay. What I'm saying is,
Oh, I see,
I'm thinking that if this is 32,000, correct?
right,
I'm thinking that this can't be much more than 32, but maybe it is. I could be totally wrong, but I'm looking at that versus this. I
Right.
think we need to get numbers on these other things on the other 4 pages and see what it equates to.
And I'm guessing there would need to be some kind of rubber surface maybe underneath some of this.
or
So-
mulch or something, yeah.
So that's probably going to be in the cost.
And we don't know if that mulch is in the cost of the 32,000.
It probably is not.
I would think
This
not.
would be probably just the structure. Although I really do like this. I remember being, when I was young, way back when, and having, you know, the monkey bars and the swing sets and everything right there. I really
Right,
like
my kids
this.
are like all about obstacle courses, so.
What do we have now in the park for handicapped kids? That's why I was looking for the swing set here.
If you, do you have this page? That's like the design of what is coming to City Park. So you can see there's like a merry-go-round that has just like a,
Oh, okay.
you know, a flat entry.
Okay.
And then
Oh, there
there's-
are swing sets here.
Yeah, 2 swings and then like a ramp for them to get on the play structure,
Right.
but I just,
Yeah. It's a lot smaller than what we had hoped for. Yeah, I really, I like the, I don't know, Miracle, whatever this monkey bar looking thing is.
I wonder how much this cost.
I like the zip line thing, but I think that the monkey bar thing will get more use. I think this
More
would get.
kids could probably get
right,
on it at
yeah,
once.
yeah. More kind of bang. And, you know, there's so many different things to do on there. But I do agree, I mean, if we could find out what we could get in these pictures here, like the cost of it, to go along with this,
if you guys want to look too, you know, go on Miracle's website or Landscape Structures, and they have like a digital catalogs. There's tons of
Just for different
cool equipment.
I'm looking at this, and a lot of this looks like it's gonna be for different age groups, and some of it is gonna be for select age groups. So you're gonna probably get a little bit
100 grand.
for all the different age
Oh,
groups.
yeah.
That's what I'm looking at right now. Because I'm thinking this is gonna be, did this have an age group on it? Or do we know?
I don't
if
wanna
any of
say- I
these
don't
have age
remember.
groups on it? I mean, I'm looking at the people in the picture, and I'm saying that, I'm thinking that,
I would definitely say probably like 8 or up, maybe. 7 or up.
Yeah.
Possibly, you know, but I know my 5-year-old can't do monkey bars yet, so it's probably not for that age group. I wouldn't think so.
what'd you say, Miracle what?
It's just Miracle. Try that, see if it comes up. Or Miracle Play Structures, maybe? Playground.
Okay, good, that was an A. Okay. Okay. See, there's 5 to 12. Let's just see what happens. We go
but
there.
there might be 42 by the time it's done.
Oops.
Or if you're gonna put a rubber, I think probably the way to lean
All right,
is,
how do I find this?
rubber is
What do I
probably
call
gonna
this?
be
What
the
do I
long
call
term.
it?
Yeah, the rubber mulch.
That playground mulch. You know what I'm saying? It's a little heavier than the yard mulch. A little softer.
I don't know what to call it.
And I think it's gonna outlast it.
So that's the monkey bars that you guys are talking about. That is a pretty large structure, which we would have to redesign it and
That's where I'm at.
expand
Trying to
it
find
probably. So
Oh,
we,
this.
It is,
Yes.
it does look pretty big.
yes.
So you need to come up with a location for sure.
So if it is something that we want, we would definitely need to get with the designers and all that. But we do need to figure out a project for tonight.
So what you're saying, this is a little too large,
Was this Miracle
the way it stands now.
And then this is all
If we want,
landscape
if,
structures?
if the project we want to do is putting the money towards the playground, we can then, at least we have a project, then we can figure out the items to add to it. And we can start going that route.
I would be agreeable to going with this,
Which one, too?
with just going with the playground, with going forward with the play, adding to the play structure. And then we could go from there and figure out what we could add to, because we have to get prices on the
Mike,
rest
you
of it,
don't have a
because we just
price on
don't have it.
It's the
So
play
can I
structure.
make a motion for this?
Yeah,
You can.
And then we can vote
You can
on
make a
it?
motion.
You can make a motion.
You can make a motion anytime
Please
you
do.
want.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to spend the Wayne County Parks millage money on expanding the playground at City Park.
Second, please.
I'll second it.
Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Way to go.
Awesome.
Good job.
Absolutely. I tried finding this thing on here. It just won't let me search. Every time I go to search, it goes somewhere else.
Phones
So
are always hard for me.
I will look into this when I go home.
So we will get prices on these. Okay.
Nice presentation.
Well, they already know that's 32. She
Yeah,
said
but-
that was a
But on
price
the
after
other, on
today.
the other stuff.
The other stuff you're gonna have to,
Like this one here.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think if you can fit all of that in there, that's the thing, you're gonna have to find out if all that'll fit in there, and, or
Are you
does.
gentlemen, are you done?
Yeah.
Do we need to discuss this?
What?
Any public comment?
Huh?
And public comment?
What, for the playground?
Yes, because we made a motion, so we have to discuss it.
We thought we discussed it before.
And ask the audience.
From the public.
Oh,
Does anyone in the public have any comments regarding our previous motion? Thank you. So we're going to new business now, and it's an appointment for vice chair and a secretary. And I would just like to start by, I would like to nominate Mr. Jones for the vice chair position.
I'll second it.
I'll accept. I'll take all the pressure off all you guys.
Marvelous. Well, we're going to still have to do a motion with it, but we also need a secretary. And here we are again.
I can't do both.
I understand.
I will continue to do secretary.
When Dan was here, he brought an employee sometimes to do it.
I will see if there's an employee able to do it.
Just an idea.
So all they have to do is watch the meeting, correct?
So I need someone to, I do think we need to do a motion for Mr. Jones becoming the vice chair. I can't do that. You have to do that.
Yeah, she can't do that.
I nominated him. That's all I did. I did not make a motion. I made a nomination.
Do we-
You have to make a motion. to
Okay,
make him- Make it official.
I make a motion for John Jones to be vice chair
I second it.
of the
All in
planning board.
favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Way to go, Mr. Jones. All right, other business?
I would like to talk about the Parks Bond that we
So
are,
exciting.
I know, after years and years of dreaming, right? So, do I have to make a motion if I want to have a workshop? Or do we just, can we plan one
Can plan
to
one.
talk about the Parks Bond and everything we would like to see? I really want residents to know what they're voting for. So I think we should go through this draft, this Parks Bond draft, and decide what the residents really want and what we will be getting rid of.
Well, we are going to have public,
Are
like
they
town
gonna
hall
have public
meetings
hearings on
regarding
it
this.
anyway?
What'd you say?
Are they going to have a public hearing on it
That's,
anyway?
right, that's what I was just about to
I
ask.
know something we are doing right now, some of the items that are on there, we're trying to get pricing for it to kind of nail down what the pricing is for today. So hopefully within the next month or two, a couple months, we can get a more accurate number for a lot of those items.
I mean, I'm not against having a workshop on this at all. I mean, I think that's a great
I mean,
idea.
or I'm fine with adding it into our meetings, you know, but I think that we should be talking about it every single time we're meeting. It's coming up soon,
It's going to
and
be here real quick.
Does the city council plan on having like town hall meetings on this? Mayor, could you step up to the podium, please?
I would think
Oh, he's
they would.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
No, I don't think we're planning on town hall meetings, but if you wanted to have a workshop, you guys could set up a workshop, vote on a day, time, and it'll be posted. Mike would be able to post the time and day, you could have a workshop. That would be you guys discussing it. Public hearing, we'll probably have a public hearing at some point, I would imagine, just to get some input, but right now, it's just a general upgrading of all the parks.
What I saw from the meeting the other day, I think we've got a tough road ahead of us because it's going to cause, we're going to have to educate people because I don't think they're buying into it right now, is what I saw.
Council can't, we can't push it for or against.
Right.
You know, we can tell you what we're planning on doing or what we hope to do with the money if it passes. But as far as promoting, you know, vote for it, vote against it, we're not able to do that.
And I just
At
wonder if
least
we're
not
able.
from the table.
I don't know if we're even able to do that.
You can have a workshop. and
Is the
you
public
can-
welcome?
You could actually promote it if you guys agree or you're, you know, if that's what you want.
I see it's going to take a lot of education because what I was seeing in that meeting was, it was like, people were like not really understanding what was really going on.
Sure, and the basic gist of that park bond is upgrading all the parks. Now, specifics, are we gonna, you know, put this equipment in here or this equipment over at Helen Park or Arcola Park? We don't have that yet, but, you know, we're gonna look at upgrading every park, Manor Park, a potential bathroom, restroom over there at Manor, you know, and just basically upgrading everything.
So are you saying that after, because I'm just going positive that it's going to pass, so after it passes, then you will have town hall meetings to get input from the
We'll
public?
have specifics, and then
Right.
I would assume we would have public comments,
Okay.
public hearings that, you know, people are dead set against something. But right now, it's just a generalization of we're upgrading every park, everything for the kids, and that's what the bond's gonna be for. And again, we may not end up using it if we get some other money from state or federal agencies. We can always cancel that bond. So it's like a lot of fluid motions going on. There's a lot of different things that could happen still in the future. But right now, we don't know that, so we're putting this forward for the residents to either vote for or against. And, you know, again, it's general. We're looking to upgrade every single park,
Right.
so.
I think the other thing is keep the bond at 9 million unless all of a sudden 10 million falls in our lap.
We're working on hopefully getting some more money. So if we get more money, then we can reduce the bond if we want.
Yeah, reduce the burn.
You know, but again, it's all, if this happens, then we can do this. If this, you know, we don't know for sure. We don't know that the bond will pass. We don't know if it'll fail. We don't know if we'll get more money from the state or federal or whoever.
And I
When
can't-
will you know if you're going to get more money? I mean, approximate, like
It's
this
a
summer or next
It's a
fall?
constant process. We're
Okay.
applying right now for some more money.
Right.
You know, they could tell us in a month, they could tell us, you know.
Yeah.
You just went through
Yeah.
it with
Yeah, we
DNR.
did. Yes, we did.
And they're on their own little time frame, but I would say, you know, probably by the midsummer.
And Mark, I think you're right. If you start being specific on what you're going to do with the park bond before it's voted on, if you don't do it, people are going to be angry with you. They're going to say you pulled the wool over their eyes, and we thought this was getting done, but now it's not getting done.
Sure. We have some general ideas, like I say,
Yeah,
the
I
bathroom
agree.
at Manor Park for the soccer fields and all that is a thing that we want to do. The ball fields, we want to upgrade. We know we want to do that, but there's, you know, what type of playscape are we going to put at Arcola or Helen Park? We don't know that.
Yep.
We don't know how much money exactly we'll have.
I agree.
For each park. So, you know.
Let me ask this
What we
question.
can say is it's going to be an upgrade to every park.
Okay, so let me ask this question. If it's 9 million, right? Is there a way to take the total area for all the parks and then say that Arcola's 5%, so they would get 5% of that? And then if City Park is 50%, then they get 50%?
I think that'd be.
And do it percentage-wise?
I think that would be way too complicated. I think you can go to Arcola or Helen Park and say, you know, this would fit in nice here, and we can do sidewalk, ADA, you know, access to it, and do that, and that way, maybe that's only 3%, maybe it's 10%, but you could, you know, you can fit certain structures and certain things into certain parks. So to limit yourself to this percentage is going in here, or this percentage will go there out of the 9 million, I think might be a little hard.
But I think the residents,
I think you're
I think the
making it more
residents would get a better,
complicated.
I think the residents would get a better feeling if they knew exactly what was going to happen, instead of saying, well, you know, maybe at this park we might spend this, and maybe we might spend more, or we might spend less. We don't know what we're going to spend until we,
Well, it'd be hard, I think it's overcomplicating the issue. I mean, we're gonna upgrade every park. You're almost limiting yourself when you say we're gonna do 5% over at Helen Park, because it's 5% of the space. I think you're limiting. Maybe we can do a little bit bigger, or, you know, maybe Moeller or City Park, if it comes through, doesn't take as much as we think, or maybe it takes a little more. You know, I would think part of it's gonna be what parks are being used the most, what kids are using the different fields and different parks the most, while still making sure we upgrade every single park.
right, but you don't know if you upgrade a park, it might get more use too. We don't know that at this time.
No,
That's a yet-to-be-seen thing.
sure, absolutely.
But I like the idea of just saying, we're going to upgrade the parks
All parks.
in the city. That's
Which
what it's
is
going to
the
be
plan.
for. Yes.
Any,
Well, I'm very, very happy that the council passed to allow it to get onto the ballot.
we'll let the residents pick, you know, they can vote on it, and if it passes, then we'll try to make along with you guys, make our best recommendations for what we can do. I mean, ultimately, you guys will have recommendations for us.
I'm sure we will.
That was the other problem that I was seeing, is I don't think people were really understanding how the process, once that money got allocated, how the process was going to work.
Well, that'll be August, mid-August, by the time we figure it all out, and then,
No, I mean, understanding that it's going to come to us first, we're going to figure out what's needed for the parks.
you're an advisory group.
Right,
so you'll
but I
make
think a
your
lot of people did not
recommendations.
understand.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people watching that, I don't think a lot of people were understanding what that was all about. That they didn't understand that this commission will figure out what's needed for that park, come back to you guys and say, hey, this is what we project that we need for this park. I don't think a lot of people were understanding that.
No, it's
It's an educational thing.
it's educational, but it's also working together. We may want, we may recommend something at City Park, bring it to you guys and go, what do you guys think about this? You may say, what about, you know, something over here, or let's do something a little different, and we'll work together and come up with a plan that we both agree on that benefits the entire residency.
So if I make a recommendation, it will go to you guys for a vote then, to finalize it?
If you make a recommendation, it would probably go.
Right, but
you
after
guys.
we all vote
But
on
if you
it.
guys, if you guys say, we'd really like to see this playscape or this project over here,
Okay,
then yeah.
So what park do you have?
It still has to come to council.
It's still gonna come to
We're making you a
Personal park?
recommendation.
Right now.
No,
No,
What
this
park
part.
do you oversee currently?
Recommend.
Advisory commission, so you'll make
Okay.
recommendations to
Okay.
us ultimately.
Yeah,
Since we're the ones gonna get,
It's your decision.
So you would
The
be
heat.
driving
Yeah.
Kiwanis
You know,
probably,
we'll,
and you live by
we'll be the
where?
ones that make the final vote.
You would probably be driving both.
so do I make a motion to make a recommendation then?
For
what?
For what?
No, you want
Okay.
to do, if you,
No, wait.
Okay,
you want to schedule
so,
a workshop?
A specific,
yeah, so,
Yes.
yes, I mean, if you want to handle that first, but I also have something else I want to talk about.
Okay.
So, the one thing I hear from residents all the time is splash pad. Splash pad, they all
Yep.
want splash pads.
Yep, I agree.
And splash pad is not on this list. So my idea, since Radcliffe has the 6 million, I would like to take the roof off of this list completely for the bond. I think that the 6 million is plenty to do this roof. I think that this should be for our parks. I understand that Radcliffe is a Parks and Recs community center, so I do see where the money could go to that, but the fact that the 6 million is already there, I don't think we need to have it on this parks bond, because we already have money that we were given to spend at Radcliffe. So I would like to make a recommendation, make a motion to take the roof completely off, and that maybe this needs to be separate, see a splash pad mock-up, maybe, at Kiwanis. Mike, if you could reach out to companies and maybe if they could, you know how like Moeller, we have a picture of what it might look like. So if companies could give you that for the splash pad, I think that would go a long way for residents to see what they would be getting for their money. It's really important to me that we listen to what they are asking for to better our chances to get this passed. So, how do I go about this?
So, well, because nothing's set in stone for what the money's gonna be used for.
Right, but there is a list, like this is our draft list, and the roof is on here. And I watched the council meeting, and a lot of people made good points. We don't need money for a roof because we already have it set aside.
But we
6
don't,
million
but
for
it's not
Radcliffe.
saying that we're going to do that. It's
Right.
saying in the absolute worst scenario, if we have to spend some money over at Radcliffe, if you take it out of there, it's gone. You can't spend any money.
Yeah, it's the way I
It's
understand it.
only-
We
don't
can, we
need
can
it
move
for the
money around on this draft
Right.
any way we want to.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
We can move money around on this draft any way we want to.
I don't even want the roof on there. I think that 6 million is plenty.
But if you take it off, then it has to go back to council.
I want it to. Council can, I would love to hear their thoughts about what they think.
Again, it's a wish list. It's, I know you want a definite answer, nothing on there is definite.
Unless we, I mean, right, doesn't like Parks and Recs have the vote to take something off or add something if we want?
Nothing on there is set in stone. I think that was made clear at the council meeting also. Nothing on that list is set in stone.
But we don't even need money for a roof. We already have 6 million
So
for
you're stuck on
Radcliffe.
this roof, it's not set in stone.
Well, then why can't it come off? I mean, like, I heard the residents loud and clear, 6 million that can only be spent at Radcliffe. So why would we take our bond money when we know our parks need it so bad, right? It's probably gonna be $1 million for this roof, and it's already at Radcliffe. The money is already there.
So you want to shrink the gym, potentially, depending on what the cost of that gym comes in at, make it smaller.
To me, you
So
take,
instead of doing the job properly the first time, let's shrink it, and then in 2 years go, man,
if
why
we
didn't
don't,
we make a full-size gym?
if we don't have the money for a gym, we don't have it. But I am a firm believer in taking care of what I have first. So if that, we already have that roof, right? It needs to be replaced. We know that. It is leaking. This is a big issue.
Well, we don't.
We need to
don't know
take
that the
care
whole
of
thing-
what we have before we even consider adding more on.
We don't know that it needs to be completely
Extend it in the back.
done. But we did allocate 500,000 out of that to the roof,
It's just,
which would patch it. But again, are you gonna take that chance on and take the chance on it leaking somewhere else? And
Right, I'm not interested in a patch job. I want to fix it right the first time. I don't want to keep buying ceiling tiles as the roof is leaking. I don't want to keep, every time they get up there to patch it, that's hurting the roof itself, you know? So, no, I am just fixing it and then getting it done. And I strongly believe that the 6 million that is already over there should go to pay for the roof.
So can I ask a question? Out of the 6 million, we only allocated 500,000 for the roof, and the other 5,500,000 is already spent?
No,
How much has been spent?
we still have about $6 million to put toward the gym.
Do we have a budget laid out for it?
For the gym?
No, for the project, for the Radcliffe project, do we have a budget laid out for it?
Do we have a set, how much everything's gonna cost right now in advance? No. We didn't know what the computers were gonna cost to put in the teen tech, the esports. So we're going with what, as the project comes in, as the prices come in, that's what we're gonna do. Again, none of that stuff that's on that list is set in stone. You're tied up on, you want that off that list, but that list is just a wish list, just like a capital improvement project.
I know, that's fine, I don't want it on my wish list, and I don't think the residents do either. And why would we have it on a wish list when there's already money?
But if you don't have enough money to complete the gym, then what do you do? At Radcliffe?
Yeah, scale it down. I mean, you have to live within your means, we live within our budget, we do it all the time for ourselves. And that roof is leaking in so many places. It was unbelievable when I saw it.
I agree, it has to be fixed.
So if none of the 6 million has been spent, or barely any,
It's just
then
if it goes home.
you gotta take care of what you have first, is my personal opinion on it.
Okay,
So,
that's fine. I don't believe in, if we're gonna build for the future, I don't believe in shortcutting the gym when we could fix that roof.
then my other idea would be to wait on the gym. I'm in no rush, like the building,
You're not, but Wayne County is. That money has a deadline. So we have to have a project in place. which
the
we-
roof sounds like a great one then.
Really? Okay, so what do we do with the other 4 million then? Build half a gym and then, maybe in 2 years we'll put on an addition. It's like the ice arena. We shortcutted that locker room.
Then maybe find something else for the 4 million if
We
they're
already
rushing
applied-
us.
We already applied the money. The money was applied for the gym. Wayne County gave us the money for the gym.
Why? When we knew the roof needed to be redone, why would we not make that our top
I
priority?
didn't have your knowledge that the roof needed to be done, so I don't know what to tell you on that one.
When
The
did we
roof
get,
just got bad when we had the ice storm that blocked up a lot of the different drains. And if you know, when something ices up, it's gonna find somewhere else to go.
Did we have the roof inspected before we took over?
Not a complete, I don't believe, I don't know, because that's not my,
I'd be curious to know.
Wayne County gave us the money for Radcliffe prior to the problem with the roof.
right.
Okay.
How much is the gym?
I don't know, they're still working on it.
So 5 million to a gym and $1 million to the roof?
Well, sure, we can do 2 million. How about that? We do 2 million for a gym and move on to whatever else. I mean, you know.
I mean, we
Rutgers
need to
building
take care of-
$13 million rec center. Livonia's doing a $27 million rec center.
Yeah, but we're not them, so that's
Oh.
irrelevant.
Well, we got 6 million to do ours.
We need to take care of what we have first
Okay. Well,
and use the
That's-
money for what it's allocated to.
right, it was allocated for Radcliffe and for a gym project.
Is it wise to blow 6 million on a gym when we know we need a new roof? I personally don't think
Well,
so.
then I guess we have to go back to Wayne County, tell them we don't want the money for the gym, and see if they'll give us back another 6 million to do another project. We put in specifically for Radcliffe and the gym. That's what they allocated the money for. I don't know,
Then maybe the money should come out of the general fund. But I
maybe,
think residents are gonna have a really hard time passing it when they know there's so much money for Radcliffe, and then we're still trying to get more from them when it could be going to our
You're
parks.
stuck on, you're
But that
stuck
doesn't
on
mean
that.
it's gonna be spent
There's not
there,
even a
though.
splash pad on this list, and that is like the number one thing that residents want. I want to give residents what they're asking for. That we're all paying for it.
I know, because for 5 years, that's what you've been pushing for. I get that, and a lot of residents have. But, you know, again, when the time comes, if we get the 9 million, that's always an option to be added.
Can I make a motion to take this off and see how the vote falls, and then send it off to council?
It's not, you go ahead.
I mean, I heard that Parks and Recs, you know, like, yeah, they're gonna pick what they want to see, and so now I'm just trying to pick, you know, what I want to see. Like, I'm just trying to go by what I heard would happen. I think multiple people should be deciding what.
Nothing's been decided. You're stuck on it's decided. It is not decided.
I mean, we have a list to go off of, like, that is the first
Okay, here,
step.
give me the list. I'll add a splash pad. Now it's on the list. I mean, nothing's
Great, I would
decided.
also like to take off the roof if I could. So can I make a motion?
Scratch it off. Nothing's decided.
Okay,
So
I want to try to make a motion and see if this will pass. I would like to make a motion to recommend taking the roof off of the Parks Bond draft list. Would anybody like
So
to?
you're saying you'd like to reduce the bond by $750,000?
No, I would like to see that go to the splash pad baby. Swapping out one thing for the other.
Still keep the bond at 9 million,
Yeah.
but hopefully hope that a splash pad can be put in for 750 instead of.
Or even
Someone
closer to a
being
million maybe, and then,
designated,
you know,
And
shift
if
some
you
other
need the
things
money for
around.
the roof and lap, Radcliffe, what do you do then?
Ask her.
Yeah.
Ask her, that's a good
Yeah.
question. I mean, we're here to discuss it, so ask the
Yeah,
question.
I would love to hear your guys' opinions.
If we need
for
a
sure.
$750,000 extra for the roof at Radcliffe, and we don't have it in this, then what do we do?
Take it out of the 6 million. Or even out of the general fund, but I just don't think it should come out of here when there's already money allocated for there.
I'm just wondering if the people would like to take almost $1 million out of the general fund to fix the roof at Radcliffe. That would be up to council, I suppose.
Probably not. They were adamant in saying there's 6 million for there, you know, like,
But-
I would never build an addition on my house if my roof was leaking, right? Like, the money needs to go to that first.
My opinion on this is, I have to agree with Mark. None of this, it doesn't matter, we can say that we're gonna paint the sky yellow. Just because it's on there doesn't mean it's gonna be spent there. It just means it's an option if
I would
needed.
just leave it
It's a
like that.
backup.
I
It's
want
like
to be
a,
as transparent as possible for the residents. I don't want to be wishy-washy about it. We have a master plan to follow, right? Like, our list should be cut and dry. We know what we already
Is the
listed.
splash pad in the master plan?
Yes.
Is it? Where?
Hang on.
But you're not giving this list to the residents and say, this is what
No,
we're
this is
doing.
what we're gonna do. No, this is
No,
just
so it really
a
doesn't.
list of what can be done what possible things could be done.
So on the master plan, it's location to be determined, so it's gonna be on page 73 at the very bottom. And we planned for 2025 to have a splash pad, and 250,000 is the estimated cost. Which it will be much, much higher than that, I think, to truly
Why?
do a decent splash pad. And again, like, I don't know, yeah.
again, my opinion is, I think you're, if you're looking at that list like that as an end-all be-all, and it's not, because we can add stuff to that, we can take stuff off, and as an advisory,
Can we though? Because I'm trying,
Well-
I feel like I'm getting a lot of pushback.
well, I don't think that you're getting pushback, I think you're having a discussion.
Oh, okay, yes, I agree, but everyone says like, oh yeah, we're allowed to add or take away, and.
With
so I think
council's
we
approval, though, we are only an advisory board, they
Oh,
get
yeah,
final
like,
approval,
that's
that's
fine.
everything we do.
I'm fine sending this
Okay.
off to them to see what they would, they are elected to represent all the residents, so I would be, I'm curious to, hear everyone's opinions on
Who
it.
could take off?
I mean, I really do, I appreciate your point, and you have valid points, you do. But I think that
A list.
Well, you could pick
it's,
anything.
Right,
if you remove it,
furniture.
and we need $100,000, then it's removed. It's gone. And you're gonna say, because then the residents are gonna
Could
say,
we
no,
put it
you
back
said
up?
X, Y, and Z.
If this list is fluid, I mean,
What-
I think this
Put it
list
back
is
in?
fluid. This is nothing, as far as I'm concerned.
I
Until we-
agree.
It's
Until
just
the bond
ideas.
is passed, and then we decide what we want to do with it.
What we want to do with
Money
it.
or not.
Right.
But I think when he was talking about the money for the gym, that's already allocated.
Right.
It's not, it's like no point to bring that part up because they already have to use it for that.
Because that's what
I
they
mean,
got it for.
even though you said
Correct.
you wouldn't put an addition on your house if your roof was leaking, but the insurance company gave you this money and told you, here's the addition you're putting on your house. Oh, well, your roof is leaking, you're gonna have to do something else about it. They already designated that money for the gym, from my understanding.
Right, this is a grant we got from the county, correct? It was a grant we got from the county
For the roof.
For
The
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe.
For the gym.
The six.
for the Radcliffe Center, and we have to spend it on Radcliffe Center.
just on the gym though, right? That's where you said it was allocated to.
The 6 million is
To upgrade the gym.
Yeah,
It's like when, a few years back, several years back, actually, when Diane Webb was still our commissioner, and she gave us money, and we made the skate park. And people were complaining, why are you putting that in, why are you, because you have to, it's allocated for Parks and Rec only, you can't do something else with it. And I think that's what Mark is saying, is that's allocated. That's what he got it for,
We
he
didn't even-
has to do that.
Parks and Recs didn't even talk about this 6 million though, like.
That's true, I
We didn't
agree.
even discuss where the money should have went.
But that was
The gym was just like decided.
Radcliffe is a building owned by the city, correct?
You're right. I never heard
Yeah, but
about
it's
it.
it's a city-owned building, so it was
Mm-hmm.
really the council that would make the decision what they wanted to do with the building. That's my opinion.
Would you like to come up and speak?
Yes, please.
First, I had a question, actually. I was under the understanding that the bond proposal came from the Parks and Rec Commission. Is that not the case?
We
It's
recommend it
from,
to go
I
to
think, the
you.
master plan list, like a lot of the stuff that's on here.
Right, so you guys created it?
No, I think the city decided to put out a
Okay.
bond for the
To-
improvements in the parks.
We were approached.
We were approached and we discussed it.
Right.
Okay. And I do want to mention, there's a lot of talk up here about the grant for Radcliffe. They are ARPA funds that came through. Some of it was specifically for that gym and other projects at Radcliffe, but all that money is allocated toward Radcliffe. And the mayor may not be aware, but the Wayne County does say, as long as the money is at Radcliffe, so if they wanted to reallocate some of that money to fixing the roof, that can be done as long as that money stays in Radcliffe. We won't have to give it back. That did come from Wayne County, so.
Okay.
And, as far as educating the public about this bond, I don't think it's a matter of just educating them. I think it's a matter of, again, letting them know exactly what they're going to get for this money. A lot of people want new parks. They want improvements to our parks. Absolutely. We've been getting hit from a lot of different levels, though, for money. So you need to make them understand exactly what they're going to get So you guys need to know exactly what they're gonna get. And I do agree with Ms. Smith. They wanted a water feature for I don't know how long. Whether, you know, and obviously it can't be a pool, I guess, but even if it's just a splash pad. And if you look at what Westland's done recently and what Livonia has done recently, and they have not done that off the backs of their taxpayers. They've done that from grant money, so I just, you know.
I used to be such a grant, and then this one for City Park has just drained the life out of me. You know, it has taken
They're not-
5 years for this to happen, so.
They're not easy, and they're hard to manage and everything else, but, you know, that's something I'm hoping that the city can see clear to getting somebody to write grants for us.
Yes, I
You know,
agree about
either
that.
contracting with somebody or actually hiring a grant writer, because there's so much money out there to be had for
Yeah.
so many different things. But I did, you know, want to say that. And the other thing, it's also my understanding that there has been inspections done on the roof over at Radcliffe prior to the storm that caused all the major leaking a few months ago, that there were inspections done on that roof. I don't know where they are, but it's my understanding that there was inspections done, and also an analysis of the entire roof. So that's something else that we may want to talk about before you guys look at putting that roof into the bond proposal at all, because that is what your residents are going to object to. They've been told time and time again that Radcliffe is not going to cost them any money. So, thank you.
If there's already, oh, sorry.
Jeff Dole, I'm a 52-year resident in this city. I have 3 kids that bought homes in this city, 1 granddaughter that bought a home in the city, 9 grandkids being raised in the city. I have a vested interest. You got a good example of what the residents, why they're concerned. Our upper managers won't give you a clear answer. It's always the runaround, shady stuff or whatever you want to call it. Radcliffe's a good thing. $6.5 million is a lot of money. I keep hearing about the new gym. What's the matter with improving the old gym, the one that's standing there? Maybe put $1 million in that. Why do we got to have this extraordinary Olympic-sized gym for a small community? We have a lot of senior citizens here. The last lighting bond or millage, whichever it was called, when that went through, they had to give up their lunch. They couldn't eat 3 meals. They couldn't afford it. Now you want to put another burden on them. $9 million over cost, I believe it's 8 years. Other cities don't do this. They get grants. We have a long time. Why are we rushing into this all of a sudden? Take our time, get grants. You just got $75,000 grant for City Park? What's the matter with getting one a year? Do a park a year. Don't put it on the taxpayers' backs. Again, $6.5 million for Radcliffe it's phenomenal. It's a good thing. It ain't costing the city taxpayers money. It's coming from taxpayers. We keep hearing it's not, but it is.
It is.
It's national taxpayers. And again, that's where we get the doubt or not faith in our elected officials. Don't tell us the truth. They always got the runaround, the back door, this and that. We can't trust them. That's where the residents are coming in. That's where you're going to have a hard time. If we can get grants to improve these city parks and not put it on the residents' back, that's a good thing. We have a lot of young families coming up. They can't afford this. You've got 2 or 3, 4 kids you're putting through school. Sports cost money now. Everything costs us money. We're living on a budget. We don't have a budget for Radcliffe. What's going on with that? $6.1 million and we don't have a budget. City manager spends it how he wants, where he wants. It's ridiculous. That's why we're upset. I'd like to commend you for sticking to your master plan. That's something else that the city doesn't do. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, I just think that we should do a workshop and discuss this more in depth with the full commission here.
Okay. All right.
And we can do it within the next 2 weeks. I mean, I'm not saying push it to June. I'm just saying, You know,
Well, that's, I feel like there's only a few meetings before this is gonna come
well,
to
I'm-
vote.
I know, I'm
so-
saying, but we can do it in a couple weeks. We don't, I mean, I just think that, I'm not saying that you didn't make valid points because you did.
Oh,
But I don't want to rush my vote.
I just don't wanna see things on this list that don't need to be. If there's already 500,000 allocated for the roof, then only 250 more would be needed if this number is correct at 750.
Just let's
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we can talk about it. And I mean, are we gonna pick items for this list or not? Like, are we gonna be talking about this parks bond at our meetings and picking
Yes.
items?
Yes, we will be talking about the bond during our meetings, yes.
And deciding what we want and what we don't want?
And then it will go in front of council also.
Okay, so eventually we will be voting on what to put in and what to take out then?
Yes. We can recommend to council.
Yes.
Right, but you're saying we're going to do this before the bond is passed?
No, I
Right.
mean,
Okay.
everything
I mean,
is
some
still
items
pending
I think we
until
should,
after.
right? We
If the
need-
bo- if the bond doesn't
Yes.
pass,
Right.
The residents deserve an idea of what they're getting before they vote. How can they vote on something that they don't even know what they're getting?
See, what they're saying, they may not do nothing on this list.
But that doesn't foster trust with our residents, you know? Like, that doesn't make me want to vote yes on it if I'm not even sure that I'm getting the things that I've been asking for as a resident. You know, I really would like to at least have some of our meetings before the bond comes. I think we need a clear plan and a list about what we hope to go after. Like Moeller, right? There's already a mock-up of what we would like to see there, so still, if you could, I would really love to see a splash pad, just something, you know, something that's put together. I feel like that's a big one. That's what the residents want. It should absolutely be on this list.
this draft, I can see nothing wrong with putting it on the draft.
Because I know there was also talk about working with the DDA and building a downtown park also and putting a splash pad down there too. I know that was also out.
That would be a DDA funded project?
No, it would be both.
Both?
I think it would be both, yes.
That be dual, Mark? Would that be a dual project?
Between the DDA and the city for the splash pad. Should just sit up front.
Yes, potentially, it would be a dual, how much money the DDA is willing to put in, how much money the city's willing to put in, and how much the overall project. Also, where it would go, there's a couple different things going on right now with that, so there's multiple things going on. Also, I know everyone keeps saying that we can use money anywhere we want. The project that was put forward to Wayne County, the commission, that they voted on to give us the $6 million was a specific plan. We can move a little bit here or there, but there was a specific plan that we had to present to Wayne County commissioners that they voted on to approve. It's not like they gave us a blank check for $6 million that said, do whatever you want over at Radcliffe or close to it, or the gym, or, there was a specific plan that they were given, that we had to put together, that we had to go down and present to them, that they approved. So, there's a little bit of room, but not that much because we submitted a plan. And that's what they voted on to give us the money.
I'd be interested in seeing numbers, like how much of that plan allocated for the gym, and then how much allocated for the roof, and then what else was on there?
I guess come down and see Doc. Doc would have the plan was already put out there. You know, I don't have the exact dollars. I don't even have your sheets in front of me, so I have no idea what's actually even on there right now offhand. I'm just going off of what I know, which is, it's fluid. That is not a set in stone. I know it's black and white, but it's not set in stone. And that's what you're caught up on.
I-
is
I-
if
No,
it's
I'm
on-
not.
if it's- You
I
are.
would
If
love
it's-
to be able to take things or add things.
You can
if it's not
take a
set in
vote
stone.
on, ultimately, Kate, you can take a vote on whatever you guys want, but you're an advisory panel that is going to make a recommendation to the council. The council will then approve or disapprove of what you,
100% fine with that, you know, like that's
I just think we're putting the
fine.
cart before the horse. We can't, if we change all this stuff on the draft, what do we accomplish? Nothing.
because nothing's set in stone.
Right.
So it's all fluid. So,
So when do you want to meet? 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's good for all you
Well, then
guys.
do it. Make motion.
For a workshop?
Yes, I'm serious. If you want, then,
I mean, we can
Okay,
add- we can add the splash pad, but I think
They want to make a motion for a workshop.
I would like to make a motion to host a workshop to talk about the Parks Bond in 2 weeks. If I'm available then,
I'm not sure. What do we go?
talk about
what
dates
is-
before I finalize my motion.
I want to know, are we going to go through everything on this draft list to decide what we want and what we don't want at that workshop? Or are we going to,
I don't know if we would have time to go through the whole list, but I would absolutely like to start, you know? And I feel like the sooner the better, so that residents could really have an idea what they would be getting if they vote on this.
So you're saying April 9th, you'd like to have a workshop? Where would this workshop be held?
I will check to see if this is available.
If not, maybe Radcliffe?
Ratcliffe, maybe the police station,
Okay.
one of those. I don't know if this room is available on that day
Okay.
offhand.
a second?
What time?
6:30?
Fine with me.
6:30?
Yeah. Does that work for you?
So the workshop would be held either at City Hall or at Radcliffe.
Or the police station? I like the Radcliffe. You missed it. That building is awesome.
what day would it be?
It'd be a
April 9th?
Tuesday, April 9th, in 2 weeks, at 6:30. Would be either here or Radcliffe, depending on availability.
We have to open it to the public?
I would love it if they would come, you know, this is all about them.
But
Yeah.
we might get into a great big argument even before we get to, so what, if they see this, what do we do if 50 people come and say, I don't like any of the ball fields being done?
I would compromise, maybe meet somewhere in the middle, right? I think we need to update what needs to be updated and take care of what we have first. And follow the master plan, you know, like we have it right in front of us.
That's one thing you gotta think about.
What's
What
that?
is that?
Are you ready for Pandora's box?
Yeah, I don't know if we're ready to have the public come in and look at this, which is not really what
I
we're
don't even
going to
have a
do.
copy of that.
That's my concern.
This came from,
Because I think
this
Oh,
motion
Dennis
still,
made,
okay.
Dennis made a point, and I think the point that he made is that if the public got this list, and you had a group of people that came, and maybe, I'm just being devil's advocate, I'm gonna say 12 or 15 people came and said, we don't want anything on this list.
No.
Now what do you do?
Well, maybe you can, if these
There's no
people come
negotiating. When
there-
they say they don't want anything on the list, there's no
Maybe if you
negotiating.
don't give them the list, and if they come to the workshop, and you say, what would you like to see? And you write out their list and see what, you
That
know.
would probably be a great way to do it, because I would say you'd have to table that list, because you can't give, We can't have that list there and not give it to the public, because I don't think that's
A
right.
work,
And
a workshop, let me remind you, a workshop is for you guys to discuss what you guys want. A public hearing is when the public's gonna weigh in. The workshop is
So we don't need the
your
public-
discussion.
We don't need the public here at a workshop.
It would be open to the public, but they don't speak at it. It's
Okay.
your workshop to go over what you want.
So you mean they don't get 3 minutes?
No,
Because it's our workshop.
it's your workshop.
That's just,
I mean, they can always come to a meeting 2 weeks later if they want to speak.
Absolutely.
That motion still needs a second.
I know, I'm waiting.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Any discussion from the table or from the public? Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm happy to have this workshop and get this going.
Okay, so we're going to public comment, general non-agenda items.
Mark, you got anything? Anybody else? Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, do you want to go through the financials?
Is there any questions on it?
Actually, no, not for me. Anybody have any questions on the financial reports?
Hang on one second, I just want to look at it.
I think there was a couple things on there that we lost money on, but it was only because I think he had, what was it, the sewing?
Yeah.
You only had 2 people, so you took in 60 and the cost was 75, so, I mean,
yeah.
if you had 3 people, you probably wouldn't have lost money on it, so.
I was just curious about operating supplies for the front desk, it was 2,000, and then for the Civic Arena was also like 2,700. So I was just like curious.
I mean, those are just your normal operating supplies. If you need order paper, staples, obviously those are office supplies, but
Pens,
batteries, I mean, anything for
Ink.
operating.
Okay.
And then 20,
If-
that type of money is good for how long usually?
What do you mean?
What time frame does that 2,700 to 2,500 last? Is that a monthly purchase, or is that like good for a couple months, or do we know?
It depends on what it was.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Anybody else?
That answer it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, upcoming events?
The Easter egg hunt is this Saturday, March 30th. Start time is 9:15 is when the bunny will arrive. Always looking for volunteers if anybody's willing to come out and help.
When is that again?
The Easter egg hunt,
March 30th?
March 30th.
15th? It's a Saturday?
Saturday, okay.
April 8th is the Sea Life Aquarium and Great Lakes Crossing Senior Trip.
Is that sold out?
No, you can still sign up for that. April 9th is the Seeds and Sprouts, and that is in the Garden Club is helping us with that. April 12th is the Senior Lunch and Fun at the Radcliffe Center. April 18th is the new Spring Cornhole League. April 19th is a Matter of Balance at the Radcliffe Center. April 19th is also the swing dance class at the Radcliffe Center. April 19th is also Parents Night Out.
Oh, it's a busy night.
It's a
Busy
busy
night.
day.
On May 9th, 10th, and 11th is the Garden City Figure Skating Club's Ice Show. That is at the Ice Arena. That start time is 7 p.m. And on May 10th, it is the Mother's Day celebration that is put on by the Senior Center.
Do we know more about the Seeds and Sprouts?
Basically, kids
Is there a
come.
time?
I don't know the time exactly.
Is that during the day?
I know it was just put out.
Okay.
Assuming it's during the day.
It's a Thursday, so it'd probably be during the day.
I bet it is.
What, on April
Thursday.
9th? I
Yeah.
don't think April, is April
Oh,
9th?
April
No,
9th, I'm
that's-
sorry.
No, April 9th is a
That's a
Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. That's the day we're.
That's the day we're
We're
having
meeting.
another meeting. That's the day we're having the workshop.
That's in the garden club, they just put it on.
The garden club is helping put it on with us.
You know what time it is, just text me.
Yep, we'll do.
Okay, commissioner comments. Let's start, John, with Mr. Allison.
Just, thanks, John, for stepping up and, taking on the vice chair role. That's
No
all I
problem, thank you.
I just want to say that I was really impressed with everything over at Radcliffe when we had our tour. And I don't think our citizens, our people in the city know what's over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to my neighbor and they
But I
said,
want- I
no,
walked
they have
through it
no
myself
clue
before.
what there is over there.
Right, everyone should check it out. It's
They should.
very nice.
Yes.
And something for everyone, right?
Yes, yes.
Ms. Smith?
How's City Park going, the playground?
So DPS was over there grading it, getting it to the depths, so they are in the process of doing that.
Okay.
The equipment's still on schedule to arrive April 1st, even though I was a little skeptical of that day for obvious reasons. But they said that they will be completed by the end of May.
Oh, good, a
Is
few
what
people
they're
were
telling me.
asking. Okay, and then, how about the fence? You missed it. Did you see this? Here.
Yeah, you did miss
You can keep
it. You did miss it.
We held this out for you.
How's the fence going for City Park? For the
So
couple?
I got in contact with one of the neighbors. I'm still waiting on the other neighbor to contact
Did you
me.
go over and leave your card yet? Did you?
Yep.
Okay. That's all I had.
All right. So for the commissioners that are not aware, Demita is no longer on the commission. So we're probably going to need to go through our park assessment at the next meeting, and
Oh, yeah, were you gonna give out park, oh, they're in here.
there's one in here,
Yeah.
yeah.
What did park, did Demita have city park?
Demita had,
think
here,
they had
it's
a
right
few
here.
She had city park,
I
didn't
brought
she?
that list too.
Yeah,
I think
It's
Demita had city.
I got City
city,
Park also.
yeah, she's, yes,
Oh, yeah, so perfect. At least that's still
Yeah, because I
covered.
thought it was her and Dennis.
yeah, you're right. So we should probably go through that
Do you want to do,
and check it.
do you have a park?
Do I have a park? I go to all the parks.
No, no. Do you have
Do you
a
have
park?
a park?
Do you have a specific park to inspect?
Would you like a park to inspect?
Would you like to help Dennis do it? and you guys-
Absolutely,
I mean,
yes.
until we get,
Yes.
until
Oh,
we
wait a
get
minute.
somebody on commission.
Yeah, I mean, I go to all the parks.
Do I have to make a motion for
Every-
that, or are we okay?
I go to all the parks at least once a week.
No, I get it.
Sharon does not have one either.
Oh, Sharon doesn't have one? Then we should give it to Sharon.
Or Helen Park needs somebody.
No, I have Helen.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
how about
Yep.
Moore Field?
this list says you have Florence Park.
no, that was
No.
last time. I had, it says, oh, it does say Florence Park. Oh,
Well, we can switch them up and redo them if you guys want.
Okay, so before we leave tonight, can we make sure everybody knows what park they truly have?
This is
Dennis,
still-
what park do you have?
It says Arcola here, but I had Moeller, so I'm not, it's an old list still.
I think
We-
you
we
do
need to
have
update the
Arcola
list.
now. You have my favorite park. You
Okay, I'll
have
take I'll
Arcola.
take
Okay, I'm writing this down, hang on.
It's easy.
All right.
I
Yeah,
know.
I've had it
Me
when I
too.
first started.
Arcola is, oh yeah, that's what it says right here,
Yeah,
right?
Arcola should be Dennis.
that's what it says here.
yes,
Okay. And everything else is correct then, right?
yeah.
I have Arcola.
No,
No, I do.
No, the
No,
other
wrong
Dennis.
Dennis.
The other Dennis.
you have City Park
You
still.
split City Park with Demita.
Yeah, and then I have Mower Field.
So now you would. It's gone. Yes.
And I
You had Moeller Field too?
Yeah, he's on there twice.
But Mower Field is easy.
Oh, he is?
I mean, Mower Field is easy because
Yeah,
there's nothing to it.
Right.
DCYA takes care of Mower Field.
Okay,
So then it
so
would
Sharon,
be Sharon City Park then with Dennis.
or Moeller, because his.
No, Dennis said he takes care of Moeller, and he said Moeller's a piece
Well,
of
if
cake.
Sharon wants to take care of Moeller, she can do that, and I
Do
can
you want
take,
to do the whole park?
and I'll do City Park.
Sharon, where do you live?
Yeah,
Or do you want,
Farmington and Marquette.
no, that's fine.
okay,
Closest park to you.
then you don't have to do anything then.
You,
What is that?
Rotary.
Got you, we got you.
That's what I was wondering.
Wait, Rotary's not even on here. Right?
Rotary's not on here.
That's the one right on Marquette, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it's not on here. So no one has it. All right, we need to,
You want Rotary?
we need to redo these.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so just start real quick. Okay, go
So
Dennis.
Dennis
go
has, Dennis has
I have Arcola.
Arcola.
I have City Park.
I know,
No,
we're on Dennis.
That Dennis.
That Dennis,
And the
we're down
other-
at that end. And Kate has what?
Well, what does Sharon
Kiwanis.
have?
She's gonna take
Kiwanis.
Rotary.
Rotary.
So we still, Mike, maybe you could do Helen, because nobody's on there. And also, then we need somebody for Moeller. Or, which one
Oh,
would you rather
Brendan's on
have,
here.
Dennis?
Pardon?
Would you rather have City Park or Moeller?
I don't even have
City Park is fine. Moeller is a piece of cake because GCYA takes care of it.
Okay, so you're gonna take City.
Oh, you know what, we have to do something because I'm not even on the list.
Yeah,
So-
John's not even on here,
Do you
so.
want Moeller, John,
No,
or
what's my
Helen?
house? What's my email?
Rotary.
That's what I'm supposed to have.
All right, John has Rotary.
I have Rotary.
Sorry,
All right.
Parkville, you're getting bumped.
I've had Rotary.
And what does
John
Sharon have
has
now?
Rotary.
Do you want Helen or Moeller? Helen is, kind of by the police station-ish.
Actually, you know what, I
It's
had
like that
Florence,
close.
give her, do you want Florence? I'll take Helen.
Okay.
Florence.
I have one.
Kind of by, like.
Oh, you have
Cherry
Florence?
Hill and Middle-
You have Florence?
North Tipton.
Robert says he's,
Well,
says
then-
it's like a
Florence.
lip-
All right, then I'm right, so she, all right, you're wrong. I have Helen Park.
She has Helen.
I have Helen.
Just wrote my-
Oh, okay.
That's right.
And
Okay, cities, all right.
Be my guest.
All right, so hang on. So it looks like City Park is Dennis, right?
Yes.
Demita had Moeller, and she is not here anymore, right?
Correct.
And it said Dennis had Kiwanis also?
No, that's me.
Oh, no.
Kate.
That's,
The way they wrote it.
No, I know, I'm not disagreeing with you.
oh, wait, Robert, you're not even on here either.
Yeah,
Yes, he is, Smith.
That's me.
oh, that's you, Kate. Oh,
So that's,
So there's only one Smith on here, so we,
Yeah,
okay.
that's Kiwanis, so that's Kate, okay? Yeah.
Boy, this list doesn't even look right.
This list is so bad.
Okay, Sue, what are you taking? Oh, you took Helen, okay.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
taking Helen.
Parkle is gonna take Florence.
okay, what's that?
You have to write this down.
Mannery.
Mueller.
Dude, you gotta write this down.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
to, let's, who's writing this down?
You are.
Anybody?
I was.
Me, but it's a disaster.
Okay,
I know.
so hang on, let's back up for just a minute. Okay, so City Park is Dennis.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that one out of the way. Demita had Moeller. Is somebody taking Moeller?
Not as
Or
of
did
right
you,
now.
who's, Dennis,
Dennis,
what?
Dennis has Moeller, right?
Dennis has Moeller and City Park.
I'll take Moeller. I'll take Moeller.
Okay,
But what did you have?
I'm not even on there.
He's not on it. He's not on it.
Okay, I'll take Moeller.
that's what happens when you
Okay.
miss a meeting, Robert.
Okay, good.
Well, no, you wanna know what this happened
Keith, are you
from?
Kiwanis? Are you Kiwanis?
Yes. So he-
So what I have right now, Dennis Allison has
Seriously.
Arcola. Dennis Kaplinsky has City Park. Kate Smith has Kiwanis. Sharon Parkla has Florence. Robert Smith has Moeller.
Yeah.
John Jones has Rotary. Sue has Helen,
Yep.
and that leaves Jen with Manor Park.
And Dennis Allison with Arcola.
Yep, he said it.
Okay.
So
All right,
we're
can
covered.
can you give us that list in a written form at the next meeting? Please. Thank you very much, because this was a cluster.
I was gonna say, just put it in our minutes and say updated Parks and Rec.
It's from our previous.
Can you, can I,
What?
do you have extra of those?
What?
So Sharon can have one?
It should have been in her packet.
Did you get one of these?
She should have one in her packet.
It should be in your packet, but if it's not, you can have mine.
So it tells you like September, November, March, and May, you go to your park.
I'm also updating those two,
Okay, good.
so.
So you circle
Thank
which
you.
one is yours, put your name, date.
Mr. Jones, you still have these 3 left for commissioner comments.
Yes, I'm going there.
Like some of them won't apply.
All right.
If it's on a parking lot, I just put NA. And then you turn it into Mike.
We're gonna finish our meeting. I'm just like trying to get your attention.
All right, all right.
All right. Okay, so we're going back to commissioner comments. Mr. Jones?
I
Oh,
have,
and thank you for, yes, thank you. And here, there's a little present for you.
thanks.
Oh, wait a minute. Yep, that's right side. Yep.
I have nothing tonight. I think we've said enough.
Yes, we've said enough. I get my fence, I'm pleased.
Very nice to see you.
Yes.
I have
Dennis?
nothing either. We've said enough.
Mike, you got anything for us?
Nothing.
All
I'll
right.
make a motion
To adjourn.
to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you very much. All in favor? Aye.